Yeah. They don't respect the message till it's blatant, so I'm about to say it clear. Ain't no guessing what I'm saying. I've been high up in the mountains, running miles. I've been training, writing with the hand of God. Now it's fire when I'm raining. Draco get the aiming, opposition laying on, competition praying. Demons I've been slaying on, owe me get the paying. Ain't nobody playing, chopper get the spraying. Body start decaying. Ventriloquist nigga, I'm ready to snap. Shit is so fire, they running it back. UAV when I'm killing them, nigga. No wonder my city is up on the map. RIP net is a victory lap. Swear they be trying but can't fight the facts. Niggas be hating, I got what they lack. This a new era, I'm not with the cat. Yeah, and yo, I promise you I'm what they fear. Humidifier type of writer, I just clear the air. And niggas talking about some shit I'm never trying to hear. Nah, ain't no games this time around, I hope y'all all prepared. Yeah. Hey yo, I try to tell them it's just different. Yeah. What they want, this is what they want, 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 yeah.
Yo, Ryan, can you hear me? I wonder how much of that was let me make sure my audio's working real quick. Okay, my audio's working. Damn, I don't know what happened, but I lost some audio right there, so I'm not certain how long I've been on mute. Shout out to Ryan. Thank you for hitting me up to let me know about that. I was talking about CM Punk and what's next for CM Punk. I'm not sure if you guys heard, but I was just talking about FTR, and I felt like FTR. I feel a big part of that is going to see what happens with CM Punk. You know, if he's taken back into AEW, then I could see them sticking around, or vice versa. I think it's best for business if you get everybody on board. If you could get FTR and CM Punk against the Elite, that is going to lead to some good singles matches, tag matches, trio matches. Best for business. AEW could definitely use it. WWE's ratings right now are through the freaking roof, bro. They're through the freaking roof. So hold up. It was an NXT world title matchup. The Braun Breaker versus Jinder Mahal was yesterday. I thought they just set up a match for yesterday. Ryan got to be trolling me. There is no way Jinder Mahal is the NXT champion. I refuse to believe that. And I know I'll be real quick because, man, bro, yo, Ryan got to be scared now, man. My boy Jason will be so freaking happy if Jinder Mahal is the freaking champion. He is the biggest. Stage on some bullshit. Okay. Well, we're trying to find this. If I look it up, it's gonna. Oh wow! No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it, man. My boy Sir Frost, man. Make sure y'all follow Fresh and Frost TV. Shout out to Ryan. That's how you know Ryan. Frost on Fresh and Frost TV on Twitch and YouTube. The other half. Now, who won? Who won the? Yeah, be thinking Jinder Mahal won the world title. Holy fuck! Oh man. While I wait to hear back from Ryan on who won the Fresh and Frost TV NXT 2K Championship, the next person I'm asking what is next for is going to be Jade Cargill. Man, Jade Cargill has been the best. She's been the best booked person on AEW, men or women. No one has been protected or treated with the level that Jade Cargill has. And at this point, she's made the mid-card title for women more important than the world. AJ Parker. So Fresh and Frost got your person. Look at my boy Fresh and Frost, man. He will jack, man. Ryan, what are we doing, dog? You came on my channel and gave out that information first, sir. And he done got jacked by Fresh and Frost TV, man. Frost, your characters, you better watch out, Frost. I might download Sir Frost from off Community Creations and have him job a matchup since you want to steal my boy's customs and everything. Well, it's supposed to be on my roster now. It's all Gucci, man. Shout out to Ryan, man. Next person though, man. Big shout out to Ryan. Ryan, if you got a Twitch channel, man, if you want to plug it, man, make sure to put the make sure you put your name up in the, or a matter of fact, shit, twitch.tv Ryan Ryan DMC07, man. Follow twitch.tv, Ryan DMC07. Bada boom, realest guy in the room. How you doing? Jay Cargill, she got the 50 win streak. And with the 50 win streak, at this point, I think she need to no more fighting jobbers, no more fighting enhancement talent. I know it's the same thing. No more fighting people like Red Velvet. No offense, but she's like a mid-card at best at the moment. And it's someone you already beat. So I really didn't see the point of having her milestone 50th victory come up at Red Velvet when she already beat Red Velvet maybe 1 or 2 times already. But going forward, I think it's time to transition Jade Cargill into the world title picture. Maybe even have her relinquish the TBS title. That way she never lost it, but she retains her 50 win streak. And shit, go to 100. You see what WWE's doing, Roman Reigns? Sometimes when everybody doesn't have that booking, but you regulate it to just 1 or 2 people, it makes them special. Jade Cargill is that special talent right now. She has not been badly booked or anything to sabotage her. So keep the momentum train. You need to switch the titles around because your TBS title it has more prestige at this point than your women's world champion. More title defenses, longer time of a title reign and everything. So yeah, you need to switch those titles up. Make Jade Cargill the focus of the world women division, not the mid-card division, because she doesn't look it, and her status isn't. She just isn't. Big shout out to AJ Parker, man, for winning the NXT championship, by the way, over on Fresh and Frost TV. You guys make sure to follow Fresh and Frost TV again. And for you guys tuning in off of Twitch, make sure to look in the comments section and follow my YouTube channel. We are going to start taking past GM Mode War episodes and uploading them on there. And also on that channel, I will be doing my 5-star Pod Splash series, Nuff Said series, where we break down comic books, anime, video games, and all type of other stuff as well. So make sure to subscribe, hit that follow button and that bell for notifications. After Jade Cargill, the 7th person that I'm asking, what is next for? I gotta say, what is next for Mark Briscoe, man? Mark Briscoe is just so much charisma, man. This guy, to go out there, rest in peace, paradise and power to the legendary Jay Briscoe, man. Briscoe brothers, top 5 greatest tag teams, dead or alive, of my lifetime. I can't speak for like the 70s and the early 80s. You know what I'm saying? I was born in 84. I've been watching pro wrestling since 1987, 1988. My first memories are pro wrestling, literally. Are pro wrestling. It's been my entire life. I freaking love pro wrestling. Did backyard wrestling, wrestling in the grass, wrestling on, you know what I'm saying, on U-Haul trucks and on trampolines, anything I could wrestle on, I fucking wrestled on with all my family, huge family, so many friends, and I just had a huge wrestling league my entire life, damn near, until I got to like 23, and I was like, all right, it's time to stop wrestling. So, but I digress. Mark Briscoe, man, what is next? Well, obviously, we are got to go into the singles because, man, of course, unfortunate circumstances, but we got to do right by Mark Briscoe. We finally got the ban off him. He is finally allowed on national television, and this guy just got so much charisma. He could go in that ring, one of the best in-ring workers, one of the best personalities overall, man. His little segment backstage, man, I've been watching his YouTube videos where him and his brother are like doing the news and stuff and like the weather forecast. These guys, man, it just was such a shame, such a crime that they never got to really showcase their talent up until this tragic event happened on a wide scale. I definitely want to see big things for Mark Briscoe. Push the gun on Mark Briscoe. The sooner the better, really. Next person I'm asking what's next. This person I'm a little bit worried for. There's been a lot of people saying people are giving up on this person and what have you, and that is Baron Corbin, man. Who did not like Baron Corbin at NXT, man? Baron Corbin is one of those people, man. He is so underrated, man. this guy is, I remember back in NXT, his promos back in NXT when he was the Lone Wolf were so freaking good, bro. He had one of the best promos in NXT. He has one of the coolest looking finishers. Man, this guy has showed the ability to reinvent himself 3 times now. This guy, man, I don't know what it is, but man, Baron Corbin, man, at this point, I think WWE is the perfect fit for him. I don't see him going to AEW. I don't see him going definitely to no Impact Wrestling or anything like that. Baron Corbin, I think maybe if anything, take some time off, try to get like some hair growth supplements, get your hair back. Get your hair back and bring back the Lone Wolf, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Maybe bring him back with like a little stable and call him the Wolf Pack. You know, the Lone Wolf is no longer the Lone Wolf. Now he got a Wolf Pack with him or whatnot. That would be pretty cool, man. But I hope that what we're hearing about Baron Corbin is not true because, man, Baron Corbin has always been very entertaining. And this is the guy that retired Kurt Angle, bro. You don't retire Kurt Angle and get thrown to the doghouse, bro. You got to do something with Baron Corbin at this point because you've already done a lot of things. Andre the Giant winner, person retire Kurt Angle, man. This guy is just an OG from NXT, the original class, man. I definitely want to see Baron Corbin get back on the horse and, you know, get back in the groove of things. Same thing with Elias, even though he did not make my list. The next person I got on my what is next is Pat McAfee, and this is a funny one. Pat McAfee just reminded me at the Royal Rumble why he was my favorite commentator. This guy is just, he brings a life energy to that announce table. It really feels like you or one of your friends is there calling the action with a professional, you know, and like he's the one who's off script and he's just saying how he feels, and you could like really feel the genuine, you know, excitement. I can't even speak right now. The excitement that comes off of him, that radiates off of him when he does it. This is a guy who's already super fucking rich, so you know it isn't, he isn't doing it for the money, he's just doing it for the love, he's doing it for the passion, and man, it comes out when he's on that commentary. I'm asking what we're gonna do with Pat McAfee because he's already showed he's one of the best on the freaking commentary team. He is right up there, one of the very best like newcomers once you get up in that ring. You know what I'm saying? He's only been in that ring a few times in ring, but he's shown a lot of promise. Him and Logan Paul might need to have a wrestling match to see who's the best like person outside of professional wrestling that just coming in and doing it, because Logan Paul's been killing it and Pat McAfee did the same. People forgot Pat McAfee had some fire matches at War Games, the freaking the Adam Cole at NXT, man. So I would definitely love to see Pat McAfee back in commentary and back in the ring. And funny, this whole situation going on with Brett Favre. I'm not gonna say nothing on it. I don't want to. I'm too poor. If Brett Favre sued me, he'd lose money taking me to court because he would not get a damn thing. I'm already in debt. All right, so fuck you, Brett Favre. You're a piece of shit. And that's my Brett Favre commentary. And at number 10, what's next? What's next for Jacob Fatu? We are talking about the OG from MLW. I know, like, cover MLW up on that. I don't even watch MLW like that. But one thing that's undeniable, man, this guy just looks like a fucking star. This guy looks like one of those superstars that you believe. He gives me that same feel you get when you look at the Briscoe brothers. He looks the part. He looks like he could really, if you see him on the street, you cross the street. He looked like he will rob you. He looked like he will beat your ass if you talk shit. Like, he looks that part. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen too much of his work, but just from everything else, and he's paying all these dues, and he comes from the family, second generation, from the most legendary wrestling family in pro wrestling. And this guy is taking the long road. No shortcuts, no favors, no recommendations, you know, just putting in that work. But I definitely think he would be a great fit in WWE. I think more so than AEW. His skill, his style, his look it just goes to WWE so well. I would love to see Jacob Fatu in the WWE along with the rest of the bloodline, maybe even as a disruptor, maybe the guy who's in the bloodline, but he's the bad apple, the black sheep, the one that they can't control, the one that they all got to figure out how to get out of WWE because he's just a hindrance to the rest of them. He's just too chaotic. He's uncontrollable. So those are the 10 people that I am questioning. What is next for? Before I get out of here, I have 2 other segments. One of them just want to go over a little bit of the Battle of the Valley that is going to be taking place for New Japan Pro Wrestling, man. They got a pretty fire card. New Japan Pro Wrestling had a okay Wrestle Kingdom, but they are okay as far as the show itself, but as far as sales and what they got as far as people rejoining or new people signing up to the New Japan Pro Wrestling World site to watch Wrestle Kingdom, and to already now have a sold out event at the Los Angeles Stadium out here in California. Because, after they lost Kenny Omega and the Elite, Hangman and all them, they had a rough little dry spell getting their footing back in America. Because for a minute, New Japan was making a strong play into America. But once AEW came along, it kind of set them back a couple of steps. It put them back a bit. But with Kenny Omega returning to New Japan, with Sasha Banks now, Mercedes Moné being announced going to New Japan and whatnot, it's starting to feel like when Finn Balor and Kevin Owens and all them first came over to NXT, that's when people first start watching New Japan. I can't speak for everybody, but for myself, we don't have that over here on the West Coast. So that's like when I at least got put onto New Japan, was when Finn Balor and Kevin Owens and Hideo Itami, Kenta all came over or whatnot. And during those years, the Bulet Club rise and whatnot, Japan or New Japan Pro Wrestling was really starting to take off in the American market and whatnot. And it kind of fell by wayside. So it's starting to get right back up there. And with the whole sold out arena at the Staples Center and whatnot, big shout out to them. They sold that out with just one match announced, and that was with the women. So big shout out to the women. Mercedes Moné, a big part of that due to her, of course, a former WrestleMania main eventer. That's something CM Punk hasn't even done. No shade, but it is what it is. And so, man, it's looking like a stat card. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the women definitely should be the main event. It's been confirmed that they are the co-main event. I'm a little bit worried that people might see that co-main event, and you know how we are in America, man. We will hijack a show. We will make a statement. I just pray that the people stick around for the Kazuchika Okada versus Hiroshi Tanahashi IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match for the main event. That is the John Cena, Randy Orton of New Japan Pro Wrestling, the 2 longest reigning world champions in New Japan currently, and they've had that matchup so many times, whereas Mercedes Moné and Kari, it's like a first time. You just had the IWGP title introduced not that long ago. They didn't get their just due at Wrestle Kingdom. The match itself was 7 minutes. It was under 7 minutes. The promo after the match, the afterbirth, was another 6 to 7 minutes. Overall, it was a 14 to 15 minute for a world title. The women deserve better, especially in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Salute to you guys for finally making that effort out there to give the women their due and whatnot. It took a long time to happen, but better late than never, is what they say. But just going over, you got Okada, Tanahashi, Kari versus Mercedes Moné. You have Kenta taking on Fred Rosser. You have the Motor City Machine Guns taking on, this is the greatest tag team wrestling name in pro wrestling right now, the World Class Wrecking Crew. Who is that? I don't even know who that is, but I want to look them up because that is a hell of a name. You got Zack Sabre Jr. defending the television title against Clark Connors. Eddie Kingston taking on Jay White in what appears to be Jay White's final matchup in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And David Finlay taking on Bobby Fish. There's a few other matchups, but I'm not even going to bother with those. That is the Battle in the Valley. Just a little preview of what's to come a little bit later this month at the Staples Center. I hope they knock it out the park. I hope New Japan all the success because, man, I said the only thing better than 2 major wrestling promotions is 3 major wrestling promotions. And I would love for New Japan to be that third. major promotion, and not just in Japan, but in America and other markets as well. There's a couple of questions I was kind of thinking to myself, and one of those is, do you bring back the Hurt Business? This is a tough one, man. I feel like the Hurt Business should have never been broken up to begin with. Bobby Lashley has shown that he's able to do it on his own. At this point, I feel like the Hurt Business helps out everybody else more than it does Lashley. I feel like initially when the Hurt Business was formed, it was formed to help get Lashley over, and to that point it definitely did. But I feel like now, since they've broken up and whatnot, Lashley has been successful for quite some time. He had his WrestleMania win over Drew McIntyre. Then he has this whole thing with Brock Lesnar going on, where he's proven the whole United States back and forth with Rollins and Austin Theory. He's proven that he could stay relevant and stay hot without the Hurt Business, but everybody else kind of has fallen to wayside. And I feel like having the Hurt Business, it just gives more meaning to the other segments of the show, because it gives importance to Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. It gives you another legitimate tag team, another legitimate faction, and it gives you another legitimate TV spot, to keep the whole show flowing smoothly. So I am all for bringing back the Hurt Business. And I wouldn't add anybody that wasn't in the original, with the exception of Omos. If I was going to bring in any other person, it would be Angelo Dawkins if Montez Ford is to go single, but I don't know about that one. But yeah, I definitely would bring back the Hurt Business. Another question is it time for the Bulet Club to end? I mean, Jay White has been established for the past 4.5 years or so as the leader of the Bulet Club, and honestly, during his entire reign as a leader, even with the Wrestle Kingdom main events and whatnot, it never felt like it did when Kenny Omega was the leader, or when AJ Styles was the leader, or even when Finn Balor was the leader of the Bulet Club. It's been on a downward spiral, I feel like, as far as popularity and momentum for quite some time, outside of when people from the Bulet Club reunite elsewhere, whether in AEW or in WWE. It seems to work, but not so much in New Japan. I feel a big part of that was you had these three people prior to Jay White, well, really two, I'd say three who were just bigger name overall, I guess, a bigger status. Finn Balor did big things for himself upon leaving New Japan. He had the whole documentary following his exit from New Japan to NXT, where he became arguably the greatest NXT champion. It's like you can only really debate Adam Cole or Gargano or Ciampa, like really, but like as a Mount Rushmore of the male NXT superstars, to be the first ever Universal Champion. AJ Styles' resume speaks for itself. Kenny Omega resume, it speaks for itself now, with him being one of the co-founders of AEW or whatnot. That he had a huge shadow he had to get out of, and he's done everything in his power to do it, and he somewhat did, but he has not taken it to new heights or new levels, and they really shot themselves in the foot. That there's not really no one I see that like there's the next person who's going to lead the Bulet Club, unless they have Kenny Omega, who is technically working with New Japan, come back and take over. It's going to feel like a downgrade in leadership. I feel like they should have probably had Kenta as a co-leader to begin with, but that would also mean having Kenta book stronger. He loses a lot of times on New Japan to people who aren't even like in the main event of New Japan, so it doesn't really help him being the leader. It doesn't help if Evil's the leader, but they're gonna have to figure something out. Is it time for the Bulet Club to end? I feel its popularity has reached its peak. That's not to say they can't reach it again, but it's gonna be hard to replicate the magic that was that Bulet Club during that time period. The next one is, do you end Roman Reigns' title reign before or at WrestleMania? I have a lot of people who want to see Roman Reigns lose at the Elimination Chamber to Sami Zayn. I'm seeing people who want Roman Reigns to lose at WrestleMania to Cody Rhodes. I'm seeing people who want Sami Zayn to turn the WrestleMania main event into a triple threat match and beat Roman Reigns. I would say about 75% of the people, if not more, want to see Roman Reigns lose that title, then retain it. I am one of the minorities who actually want to see Roman Reigns retain the title. Hear me out until SummerSlam. That way we could get to the 4th place. There's no way he's going to get any higher than 4th place, because after Pedro Morales, which he is just a little under, like he's like about 110 days or something like that from passing him, which would be before we get to SummerSlam. Other than that, everybody else is like in the 2000s. So he would need a whole nother run on top of what he's just did up to this point. He need another 2 years basically to get into that top 3, 2, and 1, you know? So I feel like if we keep him until SummerSlam, at least top 4, I know a lot of people aren't going to feel that. I know, I don't know, but we're about to find out. My boy from Get Your Bars Off podcast, the one and only, the legendary leader of the real Bulet Club, Ari motherfucking Starks in the building, man.
Yo. What you got,
brother?
What's good, brethren? Yo, we are here, man. It's Mania season. I'm ready to talk, man. I'm ready to talk, bro. You sound a little wild over here, man. Sounding a little wild over here, bro. But neither here nor there, bro. It sounds good. It sounds good.
That's shirt.
Yeah. I had to pop out.
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
Do you see the Hulk in the blade? They went crazy with the artwork for this, but yeah, dog. Like Roman, I can see that. Like him just extending the reign just to get that 4th place. But to be honest, like if he gets it or not, does that lessen his Hall of Fame status? Come on, bro. With the flex. With the even bigger flex.
That shirt is clean, bro. I need that.
I got this. This nigga got the actual artwork.
You got that other comic book I got too. X-Men issue 3 with the blue team taking on the gold. I'm like, bro, where's this from, bro? Like,
I got to show you my little plugs and stuff like that, man.
Filthy, bro.
But yeah, man, like I said, I see it, but it's like him getting 4th place. Does that make or break his legendary status in WWE? Does that make or break his first ballot Hall of Famer status? Does that make or break him being literally the greatest superstar we've seen in WWE since John Cena? No, none of those things are stopped because he didn't get 4th place. They're already speaking of it. Like, I get it. Like, we got to understand too, those were different times, not many stars. One guy had to hold it down to keep the lights on. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have that anymore. It's not a problem anymore. Like, we're literally, like Cody was saying in the interview, where it's been so many guys that was the guy to take down Roman, and it didn't happen, right? But now we're in this space where it's like we got 2 guys. Well, I mean that's 4, but 2 guys to take Roman down. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, if they go to triple threat, that's neither here nor there. But still, you have a great space where you have the guy that can be the company guy. He's still a man of the people, being Cody, and you have a guy who is literally your organic story, man of the people. Saw that such whoop-de-whoop with Sami Zayn, and it's like both the people want both. It's like they're not even trying to hijack the show to say, oh no, we want this over this or that over this. Not, it is like, yo, y'all doing good so far. Continue to entertain us and make sure that the destination is good. We've been fine so far, and I'm speaking as a fan myself. I have no gripe in where they go because either way, especially after not this past Monday, but the last Monday show with Cody and Paul, just like really fast forwarding not even fast forwarding, but just really heightening and like fast forwarding the story that Roman and Cody have without Roman and Cody even being face to face. Roman, like Cody was saying, he never even said Roman name until the Rumble. So just the fact that they even have a story there before they even said a word to each other, that's kudos to Paul and Cody. But man, like that has me super invested now. Before I was like, we were all on the fence because this story we have with Sammy and Roman is so invested, is so full of life and expansion and layers and such like that. And then that Monday happens, and I'm saying if the Sammy and Roman feud and interest is about right there, with that one promo brought it, like, if not right next to it, right under. You know what I'm saying? Because you brought so many different things into the Cody and Roman situation now, being family members, the whole, you know what I'm saying, Dusty's kids versus Dusty's kid, you know, like with the Paul Heyman line, you were his favorite son, but Roman was the son he always like. Yo, a line like that alone, knowing both of their characters and their stories, that's money right there. That's main event status right there, given how both of them are already billed on the card. Like, man, they have me right now, where it's like, I've felt more invested in this more than, like, they found ways to heighten the investment of who was taking the title of Roman. We were all, well, not all, but about a majority of the people were gung-ho on, no, Drew's getting it in Wales, Clash at the Castle. It just all makes sense. He's there, he's close to home, all of that, whoop-de-whoop. Didn't happen. You know, and that's when we got the entrance of Solo Sikoa into the story. Now, given, like I said, we're in Montreal. This is Montreal, and WWE is bigger than Wales. The crowd is bigger than, well, not the crowd size, but their infatuation with the sport, with the show and everything is just more. Is more there. You know, given, like I said, Montreal Screwjob. You know, Brett, Owen. You know what I'm saying, Sammy, KO, and just, you know what I'm saying, HBK, if you want to even throw them in, they all, you know what I'm saying, impact, and why Montreal is such a big, anytime, like, Brett in Montreal, God. Sammy and KO in Montreal, God. You can't, there's nothing you can say to them guys when they're in that space. You know what I'm saying? When they're home, they are God tier. And I don't know, man, like,
I totally forgot
Roman,
about the Montreal screw job, but you bringing that up make me think we're gonna get something like that at the.
I'm gonna be honest, I ain't really too privy on that not happening.
Ooh, that'll be genius.
But it's like, what, for 9 months, man, 9 months. Now, give or take, within this 9 months, did we think we were going to be here? I don't know. But within that couple months in this storyline, Jesus Christ, like, this is probably the most important elimination chamber we've seen probably since Kofi Mania. And even with that, we all kind of, like, I won't say we all knew. It was more so after that gauntlet match that we were all like, right, okay, I see where they're going, but
the elimination that garnered the
Kofi that took it over.
So I'll say that this is bigger just going in, you know, just the
build. Because this is really like implications of where Mania is going to be.
Sammy is so on fire right now that the fans who've been acknowledging Roman Reigns after he's finally gotten over after all this time, they're like, fuck you, Roman, again. You know, he restored
for real. And it's actually like, it's for the right reasons now.
Yes, like this time we want the heat and we got it the right way, you know?
Exactly, bro. Like,
so who would you have? Man. Would you have Sammy take the title at elimination, or how would you do it?
See, how I would do it is, to be honest, it's like, all right, and let's all be honest. Given the promo that Sammy and Cody had Monday was amazing, and they sold me a little bit that they could have a good main event together. I know they will have a great match together, but this isn't. You can't not have Roman in this story, right. So it's like Roman has to be there. But it's like, how do you separate Sammy from Roman going into Mania? Only way that I can just even see it or even fathom this, and this is what we talked about on the pod, on Get Your Bars Up podcast, shout out to Brother Loso, is that Jay is going to have to turn. But the part of me is just like, why? Whereas like the story is so beautifully set up for us to get Roman and Jay, you know what I'm saying, somewhere down the line 2023, like why nip it in the bud just because you want to do Usos versus KO and Sammy, which I'm not mad at, just not with this right here, man. Y'all just should have did that another time. Like I will not. I can't. Like part of me would be like, all right. If Sammy and Jay is the feud that's like the feud that we get out of this Elimination Chamber, I wouldn't be mad at that because a part of me did say I wanted to see Jay and Sammy at Mania, but that was before Jay started rocking with Sammy. So it's like I didn't even want to see it no more because it was like the story doesn't even fit it.
Nah, that's the beauty though, because it's like the same thing with seeing Sammy. He fought to get accepted into the bloodline, and fought especially with Jay to get accepted. For him to finally get accepted even though he's the one who technically turned on them when he hit Roman with the chair and got that
technically pop, right? Technically, but I've always thought about that. Yeah,
I feel like if Jay were to cost Sammy, especially in his hometown, that would garner heat. The Usos aren't supposed to be there, but then there's been reports that they've been actually cleared.
Yeah, they're like they're good money.
So if they actually did show up, I'm scared that they're gonna do this. They're gonna have the Usos.
You feel me, bro? Family, like,
and then KO come out there to make the save. Of course, in Canada, like you said, they're gods in Canada. So
right, and then you might as well have Cody pull up too, just to even the odds. Like.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Because I mean, you already have a Solo with Matt Riddle, because he already injured Matt Riddle.
That's already
to be taken care of for a Mania matchup. Then you have so you have KO, a storyline. Like even though, and that's the crazy thing, because KO is so freaking good, but he's been the least focused. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he was the guy. He was supposed to be the guy.
You went from wrestling Stone Cold in the main event last year to you're going to do a tag team matchup, and you're like the least.
Let's be real. Before that Stone Cold situation, boys didn't have no plans.
No, definitely.
Remember, it was the storyline was Sammy. Well, it was Seth and KO trying to find a spot on Mania.
Right.
No funny, like both of them found their surprises, but not on the road. They're storyline wise, kayfabe wise, they're back at square one right now. Again, like technically, Seth doesn't have. Well, he doesn't have a Mania plan. If he wins at Elimination Chamber, then that's different. KO, best bet is to cheer on Sammy.
Big shout out to Cody Rhodes, man. And big shout out to Triple H, man. Triple H for the smart booking. It started with the Rumble. He knew, like, yo, we're gonna establish that Sammy's with Roman the entire night, so you don't question why he's not in the Rumble. We're gonna throw the Royal Rumble on first, so that way you can't hijack it.
Can't hijack the show, right?
So that worked perfectly. And then to follow it up, have Cody just come out the next day, do the promo with Paul, which was super good.
Well, no, remember, it wasn't the promo with Paul after the Rumble. He just did a regular promo.
He did. You're right. He did, because the first
and that's what showed me that the people really are okay with whatever what's happening, because they are just seen as the people that they want to see at the end of the, whether Sammy or Cody. This is the people they want to see.
Yeah. Man, I'm kind of
Like that promo showed me like the past 3 weeks since Royal Rumble have showed me so much that it's just so much. This has been the best Mania, like road to WrestleMania that I've experienced in so long.
We don't know what's gonna happen yet, and
you don't.
And for the longest, like for year after year, we could like see, like like a Charlie Clips bar, you could see it coming a mile away.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro,
like,
you not lying. Like,
do, like
that's the same. Even thing with Kofi Mania, also like we kind of seen it, like we kind of felt what was about to happen, but right here with Roman, like we really don't know, because like you said, records, politics, shit like that, like accolade, all those type of stuff can be implemented without us even like really knowing. You know what I'm saying? We could just think like, damn, they just really rocking with Reigns now, like not knowing that they really want to get this dude in the upper echelon of the WWE history. Where personally, like, does a kid today like? Does he even know Pedro Morales is?
Right. Or Bruno, or
like
Hogan.
Like unless you're like a savant of this shit, like
I don't give a damn about Bob.
Nobody cares, bro. Like this ain't NBA. Like even with the NBA, when a 12-year-old kid sees LeBron just got Kareem's scoring title, he don't care. He's just happy to see LeBron. He just know LeBron's the greatest in the world. Like LeBron's his favorite basketball player. And that's the same for Roman, where it's like all of that stuff don't matter, bro. They just know Roman's that dude right now. Like, personally,
you had a great point when you said that too. Like, does he really need to go to fourth? Like, does
it really matter?
It's a damn great point.
It really does not.
You know, you really did. For those of you just tuning in, man, me and my boy Ari, we always clash.
This is one of our better, cleaner debates.
Like we can't agree on nothing, but yo, Ari done changed my freaking mind, bro. He done changed my mind right now. That's crazy. But
the thing is, I can still see why, like with yours also though, like that makes a lot of sense. Cause like only reason why I'm sketchy on it too, cause like I felt like Pedro Morales was such a great representation of excellence for, you know what I'm saying, Hispanics and Latinos in WWE. And like him being that high it just always kind of like looked really nice. It was very inspirational. So I just feel like for Roman to come in and just like, fuck out of here, nigga. Like, and knowing that he's not going nowhere further up, like,
right. He ain't going nowhere further either way it goes. So
you really kick out Pedro like that? Oh no.
Also though, I think though that right now you got to strike while the iron is hot. Shout out to Sir Frost, by the way. I saw your comment, my brother. Man, we do got the link in the chat. If you want to join up in here, I don't know how much longer we're gonna be up on here, maybe like an hour if that. But yo,
between right, they gotta strike while the iron's hot, bro. Like you don't want to get too far where it's like you don't want to spin the block and people are getting tired of Roman. We do not want to even touch that. You know what I'm saying? And he's had it for 2 years. Be lucky, y'all. It's get out while it's hot. You know what I'm saying?
WWE and Frost just said to going all the way to SummerSlam. You know, WWE love them numbers like 1,000. You know, he held the title 1,000 days and all that bullshit. But I definitely think you do need to strike while the iron's hot. Now I'm starting to think about it. And you made that great, excellent point too with the whole, you know, like 4/5. And when he's definitely taking consideration the 4 people who are above him, like they're from an era, they're before the golden era, with the exception of Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? Backlund, before the golden era, before, you know, and
right. And a part of them feel like they probably wish they could reverse that Backlund shit.
Bruno, like, but I feel like you got to strike while the iron's
hot. If Backlund was number 4, I understand. I'll be like, all right, they can get him up out of there. But Pedro, I don't know.
I feel like Cody is the one you want to put the belt on.
Yeah, especially seeing the interview run he's been on. Like, he is their guy, bro.
Sami Zayn is like the ultimate. Well, not the ultimate, but he's one of the bigger underdogs. You know, and it reminds me of his time in NXT when he was the underdog, and sometimes it's better to
he went against Pac, right? Like
chase, you know what I'm saying? As long as he's chasing, he's gonna be over. Cody right now, not to say he won't be over or whatnot, But Cody right now, like he is.
Nah, we can't do that because him with the IC title was really fun, but he was a heel. But I feel like he learned from that though. You know what I'm saying? How to be a better champion.
World title, like this is the perfect time, and especially I think back to Shinsuke Nakamura when he won the Royal Rumble and then lost and never got back there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and I feel the same. Like we could feel like Cody could possibly get back here, but like, can Sammy get like we ain't even see Kofi get back.
Sammy's worked magic with stuff that probably shouldn't work. That whole Jackass let me know Sammy can make magic with anything, dog. Because that was one of the most entertaining WrestleMania.
And that was coming off one of like you got to remember, like probably the year before had that amazing ladder match at Night of Champions with AJ Styles and Shinsuke. Like when he returned, oh my god, like still one of my favorite ladder matches of recent.
People sympathize too with Sami Zayn, so they would sympathize with him being cheated at Elimination Chamber, and that's probably where they will hijack the show going forward to get him added to the main event if he's not. But if he were to lose at WrestleMania too, they would still be behind him because they'd feel like he got screwed over, you know.
And that's why they would probably have to go with the J route.
Yeah,
you gotta have some type of catalyst to steer Sammy's eyes away from Roman, and getting fucked over by Jay after y'all just had these moments and such. Cause remember, Jay's not solid on leaving the bloodline. He's saying he don't know if he is still down or not. So part of me is like, you came back because you wanted to rock with your brother. That's your brother. That y'all, this is deeper than the bloodline with y'all. But on top of that, it could be like, this is my family at the end of the day, right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? On some hills, like it could go either way. But I feel like the best, if they're not gonna go triple threat, because I feel like they're not doing night one, night two. They're not. Right. I just feel like they're not anymore.
I'll see that.
They're not, yeah. So with that being said, it's just like it's either triple threat or bust. Or not bust, but triple threat or one-on-one. And it's not going to be Sammy and Roman at Mania.
Right. That's what it's not going to be.
You know what I'm saying? So Cody really just sitting back watching as a fan right now.
I feel like with Cody, it's a safe bet because, you know, you have all the AEW people. If you want to, like, get them on board, like, yo, man, we could make you into a star. Like, look at how Cody was presented on AEW prior to coming to WWE, bro. He was
he was doing a lot of his own shit, you know what I'm saying?
He was, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of the AEW people's like, bro, like they called it the Codyverse because his shit was just so different from everybody else's. He was not that overcoming back to WWE, but as soon as he got there, mega star push. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So, like doing right by him, it gives that incentive to the other AEW talent. Hey, maybe I should go jump ship. You know,
and then again, everybody doesn't have a father named Dusty Rhodes either, though. So we gotta look out for that, things like that too.
That's a big fact. That is a Snapple fact.
Like only person like MJF would not get this.
Watching MJF's world title run right now, I don't know if he's really ready for that. I'd probably put him in the mid card title or something right now.
Yeah.
Like, he's just too young right now. I feel like
I feel like it's gonna definitely be Cody, man. Watching a lot of these interviews and such, like he feel like he's just at least he's watching this as a fan with the whole storyline and such. But I think he knows he feels where it's like he knows he can be that guy. You know what I'm saying? He brings up Cena a lot as his inspiration, and it's like he's pretty much saying like, "Yo, give me the ball, and I'm gonna show y'all what I do." You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. At the end of the day, you gotta have somebody like that on your team. Whereas
I wasn't too impressed with him until these past couple of weeks. He like really been showing he could be a main eventer.
Oh man, he's been looking like bro. Let's be honest. Raw needs an ace. Like Seth Rollins has been it for a while. But it seems like they just want to use him right now to get the mid card for Monday Night Raw to where Gunther got it. But they have this thing with Austin Theory where they're trying to build him, and it's
Right.
I don't know. So that's all kind of like mixy right now. But for the main event picture, the one guy is looking like it's Cody. Like the guy is going to. It feels like it's Cody.
I'm a little worried though for Cody because while they are doing them great on the build up to WrestleMania, there's always in the back of my mind Sting WrestleMania. Triple H is in charge. It was the WCW ECW killer back in the day. Everybody who came from the rival promotion, he made sure that his WWE went over on them to establish WWE as the number one. So I'm a little bit worried he might do something like that. If by chance he were to do that, the dopest booking to me. It's just my opinion.
I mean, the only way I could feel like I feel a little easier on him not getting screwed over or any of that nature. Like, shout out to Ariel Helwani, probably one of my favorite just combat sports analysts. In general though, when it comes to WWE, you can tell he's a fan of the art and like the TV aspect of it too. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, he pretty much asked him about the whole Triple H situation and like, how's it been? Like, how has the creative process been between you two? Is it butt heads? Is it easy peasy? What is it? You know, y'all had y'all friction, and you know, you talked about the whole WrestleMania bus conversation, and he was like, "Yo, everything so far has been A1. Like, it's nothing he really can complain about. Like, he says H comes at him like he should knock whatever he's supposed to be doing out the park. You know what I'm saying? He already has an expectation of Cody. He's not looking at Cody like, oh, you smaller than what you say you is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try to expose you. Nah, it's like, no, I agree with what you think you are. Go and do it. Let's go and do it then. Now we're not about to, you know what I'm saying, speculate. Let me see. I want you to do this, and that. Knock it out. And he's been knocking it out.
He's been knocking it out for sure. I'll definitely give Cody his props for that. You know, it would be dope though, man. I wouldn't be mad if this would be fire if they had a Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. And at first, my thing was have Seth Rollins win it and do the whole same thing from the last WrestleMania where he cashed in because he hasn't been a main event yet. But
that's a good storyline for next year, for real.
Something better just came to me right now. What if Kevin Owens won the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, and then Sami Zayn wins the main event of WrestleMania, and Kevin Owens goes out there just like when he won the title at NXT TakeOver, gives him the hug and shit. They going up the ramp.
They having some fake ass Eddie and Benoit moment
back in the ring, cash in the Money in the Bank. Kevin Owens ends WrestleMania with the title. That would be crazy as fuck.
Only reason why I love that actually, but the only reason why I'm split on it is because I feel like Kevin is in a space where he's really trying to find himself, where it's like not really. I feel like he kind of teeters the line of I don't really do the heel and face shit. It's just whatever space I'm in, you know, whatever, if the story fits it, I guess. He's in that type of bag. But because clearly we've seen him where he was straight heel and we seen him where he was straight babyface. And I'll be honest, a heel always came off great. Babyface always came off kind of mid. I feel like in this space now, he's just like teetering the line of both.
Seth Rollins or Kevin Owens? Because that's
Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens. Because think Kevin Owens, let's say, like what about a year or so ago was on his heel shit. I believe so. Wasn't like super duper heel. Yeah, no. Yeah, when him and Seth Rollins was rolling around, he was on his heel shit. And then, you know, so he had the match with Austin. Then he started turning babyface. I had to use the stunner and such. He'd been kind of like on this like babyface vibe. It was getting him places for the most part in the beginning. Then he kind of went off TV for a little bit. Then he came back and kind of just like became just like a a plot device in this Sami Zayn storyline. And it feel like that was it. I feel like that was Kevin Owens 2022.
Oh, I just got a message from my brother-in-law, so I'm not about to wrap it up yet, but I want to get to the final segment, and that is 5 stars you would like to see pushed. I got 5 for WWE, 5 for AEW. We'll start with you. Who would be the first person in WWE? Give me 5 people in WWE you would push, and why? Or
first one is somebody I've always championed getting a singles push. Xavier Woods. I would love to see him, especially in the what they're doing with the IC title right now. He would be a great addition. You know what I'm saying? He's a great wrestler, great on the mic, great character work. Like he will always be a great choice for me to push as a single star. Next for WWE, well, I'm not really going to count any NXT stars because I mean, that's kind of like their job to kind of like push them a little bit when they get moved up. I mean, hopefully they do, but neither here nor there. Guys that's already on the main roster that I want to see get that push in 2023. Santos Escobar. I feel like they have such a great team over there. Once again, great character work. He's shown that he can go in the ring. He can really like, and I just like their faction. You know what I'm saying? Legado del Fantasma with Zelina. I would like to see them get a push. Who else? Montez is kind of like a given. Ben has been getting his push. Who else? Nikki Cross. I would like to see them do more with her. Now that they finally let her like be in her character that she been waiting to get back to, let's do some shit now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get her some actually like some prominent wins. So that's all I said. I said Xavier Woods. I said
Santos Escobar.
Santos Escobar and Nikki Cross. 2 more. Now I want to see get a push. The Viking Integrators, they're getting a push. They're getting a push right now. Chad Gable, man. Chad Gable. I feel like this guy has been countlessly showing his worth of why he is just one of the best wrestlers in WWE and in the world, bro. Like this dude can go with anybody in the ring, and as anytime he's in the ring with somebody, especially one-on-one, it's always money. And I feel like he needs to get some type of like reward for that, man. Like it's just been too much work he's putting in. Like him and Seth had a banger like 2 weeks ago or something like that. And last but not least, who would I like to see get a push? Shayna Baszler, man. Like I feel like they really dropped the ball on that. Like during that was like 2018, 2019, and 2019. And man, I just still feel like whatever that they saw and what they showed us is still there. Like, nothing's changed about Shayna Baszler. Like, is she the best talker in the world? No, but she gets straight to the point, and I like that. You know what I'm saying?
In ring, she is the female Pete Dunne, dog. She is like the limb
master. Busy.
She is fire, dog.
She gets busy, man. Like she needs to be shown more of a force on the main roster, other than just being, you know what I'm saying, Ronda's lackey. Well, that's my 5 for WWE for sure.
Before I ask for your top 5 for AEW, I'm just gonna give off my 5 real quick for WWE. I first like to see Shinsuke Nakamura get a big push. This guy is god of New Japan Pro Wrestling, dog. He made the Intercontinental title more prestigious than the world title, bro. Like that should say something. This guy's wrestled in New Japan, Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle for that title. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the fucking OG.
But the thing is, bro, you don't got to bring up his New Japan accolades. We already know how he get busy in NXT and WWE.
Great Nota's last matchup. I'm just saying, this dude is a fucking god in Japan, dog. Like, and for WWE, with all the great Japanese pro wrestlers that there have been, and Inoki's title reign should have been recognized. But since it's not, Shinsuke Nakamura is the perfect person to be that first ever. But
so my question, what do you think they're gonna do with Shinsuke when like NXT Japan comes around?
I don't know.
Do you think they're gonna use him as like an ambassador, or like they're gonna actually like try to like use it? Like for me, I can see them probably putting a title on him then, like when they want to start going out there more. But then again, it's like that's corny.
That is, yeah.
But WWE do stuff like that.
They do that, the whole gender. And he Canadian.
Thank you.
Man.
You know they do it. You know they do it.
You might be Canadian, but you're racist.
Yeah, for real. So like, man, like,
roots to that.
I would really love to see it, but
I would love to see.
It's really no buts for real. Like, Shinsuke is another person who is a great name to take that title off of Gunther. Like name wise and storyline wise.
Another person, Elias. I took two of mine off because one of them you said, the other one you mentioned, but I was like, he is kind of getting a little push, so I took him off just so we don't have the same thing. So I put Elias as one of the replacements because it's kind of sad what's happened with Elias. Elias used to be so over, bro. Everybody.
Well, I think they still rock with his shit.
That shit, but they've been jobbing him out like crazy, dog. Like.
Because they found a more entertaining version of him, bro.
They even got the Ezekiel shit over with Kevin Owens. That shit was hilarious, bro. Like, to bring back Elias, like, this dude had a freaking Billboard album and shit. Like, I just like to see a little bit more with them. Don't make him just like the whole 24. They haven't got the 24/7 title no more, but his acts and his parts of the show have been like the 24/7
pretty much
comedy sketch act. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they low-key replaced him, bro, with Rick Boogs on the low. Like, on the low. And he uses the air guitar.
I'll take Elias over Rick Boogs. I ain't gonna lie.
Rick That's what I think.
He has got a lot of charisma, too, man. 3 for me, Karrion Kross, man.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have to pull that trigger sooner or later.
What are y'all doing with my boy, man? When he came back, you thought he was going straight after Roman Reigns.
You would have thought. No, you really would have thought.
Like he was coming for Roman, dog. He came out during the segment, everything. Instead, they just threw him with Drew McIntyre. And, bro, like, I don't get it,
man. Can I be honest? I think it's just the opponents they're putting him with. If they put him against more big money opponents or bigger name opponents that he can get wins over, then he'll be starting looking at more serious. But a win over Rey Mysterio does nothing for you.
That Adam Cole, he lost to Rey, but that Adam Cole really was tough, bro. I don't know if he's ever recovered from that.
Oh, he did lose to Rey, which was even like that does nothing for Rey. Like
it doesn't, but build his thing. But with Karrion Kross, I actually think he's better wrestling the smaller guys, even though he showed he could wrestle the big guys like Keith Lee and whatnot. Like for a guy like that, like who's a powerhouse more so, he ain't really known for his high flying, nothing like that. Make him the big bully. You know what I'm saying? He cuts great promos, fucking amazing promos on Instagram, bro. Like
he does.
If they let him do what he does on Instagram. On television, bro, I think he'd be more over.
But that's the thing. When you're doing it for like you remember, mind you, you're just watching it on Instagram, so you can personally, from your viewing, be entertained. When he's doing it for a mass of people, and it's like, kind of like, not saying it's crickets, but it's like,
right? It is. That
to an extent, like
crickets, dog. Him and Gargano, there was zero, dog. It's like you could hear the fucking crickets in the arena when they came.
You know what I'm saying? Like. He just needs to start getting some more prominent wins, like start really showing like what happens when that saying is done that is a nigga time up. Like,
you know what?
Are you about to lose? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I was saying the Adam Cole hurt him, but I think even more than that was just his initial debut because fans don't forget so quickly. The whole Jeff Hardy
really don't, but all we wanted for him at the end of the day was to get back to what his regular version was. And that fact that he came back with that was a good starting point. And the way that he came back was a good starting point. But like you said, they kind of like fell off that
he lost
path.
The feud with Drew. He just lost to Ray. Like you gotta. And
then he got eliminated by Drew. Wow, early in the Rumble. Yeah. Like they doing him filthy right now. Yeah, he definitely needs some love in 2023.
Right with him, man. He could talk. He could go in there. Got a hot manager and everything, bro. Like he checks all the boxes for a bad guy.
He's definitely a future IC champion for sure.
Sure,
For sure. He like, especially like after Gunther, you get your babyface run with whoever. Karrion Kross needs to be in the works.
Yeah, right after Gunther, I'd have him set up. I could see in like 2-3 years him in that world title picture, dude. Like he was such a good character in NXT, bro. He was really like the Lex Luthor over in NXT. I really like, especially when they have him the skybox.
They'll treat him like Brock Lesnar down there.
He really was, dog. Like I started to think maybe they should have just kept him in NXT for a little while until they was ready to give him a nice spot. Because right now they just got him kind of in limbo. They got him in catering right now. Number 4, another one of those people I replaced with that I initially had. Mustafa Ali, man, it's so crazy how this wrestling world thing goes, which makes me say, hey, you know what? You're right about that Roman thing. Go ahead and push the trigger while people got that momentum, because you don't know when it's going to be gone and you don't know if you could get it back, man. There was a time where Mustafa Ali was set to take on Bryan Danielson at WrestleMania, folks.
Now he's out here begging Dolph Ziggler for a match.
If he didn't get injured, we wouldn't have got Kofi Mania. We would have got Mustafa Ali Mania, because
Mania.
They were trying to get that demographic audience at that point. You know what I'm saying? So like,
but then again, he was just really doing a lot of dope things. His promo game was really up. He implemented the mask and stuff. Remember him, and he had the really good run with cruiserweight title. Him and Cedric are having great matches. Like he was doing so much to excite them people during that time.
They've been hoeing him a lot, and I think a lot of it was due to how open he is on social media. Like, I want to like teach me how. He was telling people like, teach me how to get fired. I've asked.
I'm gonna be honest though, like he loses so gracefully. Like his losses never look bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that he's losing a lot, but he never loses with shame. Like it don't look like he's getting squashed or anything. Like when he was going against Bobby, like I wanted to see that match. Like I was waiting, like nah, Mustafa gotta beat him now. Like I'm ready to see it. Like he was showing that great baby face grit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, you gotta push for him. You know what I'm saying? Type of energy. He gives that off very well. But now he's in the space where it's like he's just starting to like get on Dolph Ziggler nerve because he won't wrestle him.
They gotta get right by Mustafa Ali. Number 5, bruh, for me, for WWE is Emma, man. This is one of the original pioneers of women's professional wrestling. When they talk about the women revolution, and they talked about it so much, you don't hear it as much now, thankfully, you know, but
I mean, because there's so many great women doing their thing now, but you're right.
They for so long they talked about, though, and the one pioneer that did not get enough credit was Emma. A lot of people credit Paige, they credit Charlotte and whatnot, Natalya, but really like it was Paige. There was Paige and it was Paige and Emma, and then it was Charlotte and Natalya. Those are like the first 2 big.
I had just got back into wrestling during this time.
NXT, bro. So I was just like,
I was like, who is shorty out here with the Reno 911 glasses on? Like,
yeah, she hot.
She's looking like the dude for Reno 911. But nah, I don't know why. They just pretty much using her like take L's and got her as a valet for Mojo. Or what's his name? Madcap Moss. I'll tell you, that dude got something on the WWE that he just like, hey, y'all forgot? I got it right here. If y'all I'll drop it. All right. You want an IC title match? Do you want an IC title match? Chill, bro. Please chill. Like, you got it, bro. Like, I'm telling you, man, he got something on them niggas, man. Because there's no reason he should have beat Rey Mysterio, what's his name? Escobar. And who else was in that?
You know,
Karrion Kross. Wasn't Karrion Kross in that match too? And he beat them 3 niggas?
Well, please, I mean, it don't make sense to throw Karrion into Gunther. It definitely don't.
It don't, but
we already seen Ray.
And you already did Ray. And I mean, Escobar's still a heel. So I get you, but what do we get out of this? This is such a filler.
It's just a title defense.
It's such a filler.
All right, we back to you. 5 AEW stars that you would like to see pushed in 2023.
Give me a real push for the House of Black. Not this random vignette and just come beat up whoever and then go off TV type shit they doing. But let's be honest, AEW don't know how to build stars. They don't. They really don't. But we can still wish. So yeah, House of Black. Because you definitely can get, you know what I'm saying, fucking Buddy and Brody on some tag team championship or Alistair and Brody and have, you know what I'm saying, Buddy Matthews go for the All Atlantic, or you know what I'm saying, you have, you know what I'm saying, what's his name, Alistair with the TNT or the world title. Like, he's capable of doing any of those things. All three of them dudes are capable of winning championships, and it's just like you got these guys sitting here. You got 3 money match niggas just sitting there, bro. Like, it's insane, and all of them are healthy. They're all healthy now. Like, so that's weird as hell to me. Secondly, who would I like to see get a good push in AEW? That I'll actually care about. I want to say Swerve, but it's like they're doing it, but it's just I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like what they do with the other bit. I mean,
yeah, get them niggas. I ain't even gonna use that. Keith Lee needs that big push.
Oh, that's a good one. Damn. Yeah, that's sad when I forget.
This man was ready to like. This man had the NXT and the North American titles. This nigga was. We're not even gonna talk about it. We already know
everything.
Everybody already know that what that year consisted of, man. But that's my number. That'll be my number 2. My number 3. Let's see. Really looking at this AEW roster, who would I like to see get a push? Damn. All right, tag team wise, they doing anything? Nah, he's not ready yet. Well, he got a push. They just stopped the push, so can't even really choose him. I was gonna say Daniel Garcia, but they already gave him a push. He got a title and everything, so can't really choose that. Cesaro. Like, what do you bring him here for?
I mean, he's a world champion.
Oh yeah. Oh well, I forgot about that. Scratch that. I totally. But that shows you. That's like this is the point I'm talking about. These niggas can't build stars.
You gave him 2 world titles.
These niggas can't build stars. Like, this is getting disgusting. Even though this guy had he's now that they lost the title, I want to see Pac get a major push. Like, Pac needs to be in main event status. Like, let's stop playing. Let's really stop playing with my man. And to follow up with that, Pentagon. Same thing. Like, what did you bring these guys here for? All of these guys are like, let's be honest. We get it. Language barrier. Penta can be a little wild sometimes.
Right.
But you still need more players in the main event picture. You need more players. And I'm not talking about guys that need to win. You just need more people that make, like, I don't want to see just John Moxley versus Pentagon on Dynamite. Like, that was great to see, but damn, can I get it for a pay-per-view and get a bill to it? You know what I'm saying? Like, Pentagon deserves something. Like, he ain't put all this pain in on the indies, got his name up for y'all to bring him here just to exploit him like this and do nothing? Like, nah, son. Like, Penta was like, is that nigga? We not about to do that, bro. Like, the only like great solo Penta matches I can literally remember off the dome is him versus Kenny at All In and him versus John Moxley. Now, if there's anything else outside of that, please. But oh no, he had that one joint when he was in Impact too, but with Sami Callihan. But neither here nor there. Yeah, man. Like, those are mine. Like, I feel like most of the people that have been deserving pushes got it. It just either went sour or
that's 4.
We just don't like it. Oh, so 5. Oh, yeah, I scratch Cesaro. So my 5th. Well, he's already getting a push, so I'm glad to see that. Talking about Ricky Starks. Got a push, getting a push. Whenever he's gonna get in, whenever he's like finally gets in the ring, talk about Adam Cole. Kyle O'Reilly when he comes back. Whenever Kyle O'Reilly comes back, I feel like the work he put in before he left showed that this nigga is still a legit single star waiting to be made or waiting to get that showcase.
Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, man, those some serious.
But do you remember how Kyle O'Reilly was giving it up filthy in that tournament before he got injured?
Didn't he win like some tournament or something over there?
He had won the No, he had lost. I think he lost to John Moxley, the joint where there was it was the Forbidden Door tournament.
Okay, so that was like the finals for the.
Yeah, he was cooking in that joint. Him and Moxley had a goodie. But yeah, man, Kyle O'Reilly, bro, when he come back,
Battle Royal or something. I remember him winning something.
Kyle O'Reilly just that nigga, be like.
He is, man. He fired.
He really is, bro. Like I miss him so much, bro. Like he really been quiet, dog. Like maybe because I don't follow him too much on social media, but bro, I miss that nigga on TV, bro. Like he was really on some shit when he like it's crazy. That's crazy. Because the reason why there's certain people like Joe's finally getting a push. You know what I'm saying? Like who else is getting a good push right now? Ricky Starks is finally getting the push. Like most of the guys that I wanted to get pushes are getting them, but it's some other guy. Like, I was gonna say Lee Moriarty, but I don't feel like he's ready yet. He need to get it over though. That nigga need to get in shape, bro. He looking like look kind of pudgy out here and shit too. Like that nigga need to get in shape.
Speaking of pudgy, that's the perfect segue to my 5
stars. Oh wow, that's a sick segue. Who the fuck you about to say? Oh wow, this nigga is sick, yo.
At one time, Eddie Kingston was so popular. I remember when CM Punk just came back, and then like a month later, he's in the no, because he first took on Darby Allin. So about 2 to 3 months, or the next pay per view after.
Well, yeah, I remember he had that banger with Moxley back in like 2020.
But bro, what CM Punk? As long as CM Punk been gone,
but him and Punk was a banger too, though.
And the fans were on Eddie Kingston's side, bro. Like, bro, how do you go?
Because everybody loved Eddie.
Over? How are you that over the article in the newspaper discussing behavioral health, his openness on the subject numerous times, from suicide?
But you gotta remember that.
All that stuff, bro. Like, and now we're just like, what are we doing with him, bro? He's been doing this story with Ortiz. It ain't been hidden. Stuff with the house.
Are you following what they're doing with him? Because is he supposed to be like fake joining them? And he did like, so he like I feel like he's fake like turned to the dark side right now, right? This and then like Aleister Black, like that's cool, but nigga, we don't even want you. So I'm like, what are we even doing?
Story because it went from him believing Ortiz was the one joining House of Black for like 2-3 weeks. They tease Ortiz being with House of Black because they beat up everybody and leave him alone. And then when they finally have the match with him, Eddie Kingston about to hit old girl with the chair and Ortiz stops it. So how does that make people think that he's trying to join the House of Black? I see why people do.
Because he's about to hit a woman? Like, I mean, yeah, hitting a woman is kind of going to the dark side, but
like if you're gonna hit a woman on that team, then what would make you think that he's trying to join the team? He's trying to hit him. Other than I saw his interviews, like, "Yo, House of Black, what up?" Basically, and I'm just like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on right now? Like, I'm so confused.
You've been saying, "Oh boy, joining the House of Black," and you don't trust him because of it. Now you talking to the ops, basically, like, "Yo, what up? Could I join?" And then like a week after,
you know what this feel like it is, bro. This feel like this about to be a bullshit version of Daniel Bryan joining the fucking Wyatt family. I feel like this is about to be a bullshit version of that.
I hope not.
Because it kind of makes sense. Like knowing Eddie's personality, and you know what I'm saying, he has moments where he tries to not go to the dark side. You know what I'm saying? Go back to his old ways and such like that. You know what I'm saying? So finally kind of like giving in to it and just saying, fuck it, join the House of Black, I'm just gonna give into it. It makes sense. More so than it would make sense with Ortiz. But they ain't doing it like that.
You know, like since the simple fact that neither one of them look like they fit into that group. Like if either one were to join that group, they'd stand out like a
I can never. I would not imagine like just being in Yonkers and seeing Eddie Kingston being some like some dark priest or something like that. It would just be like, is this nigga on crack? Like this nigga got to be on crack. Like they gave him that special pack. He is out here wilding.
My number 2 should have been my number 1, bro. It's so disgusting how this guy's been used in AEW, bro. And it's funny because he's been booked so perfectly on my GMO Wars. That's Jay Lethal, bro.
Oh man,
fucking Lethal, bro.
But what do you think it is? What is it that they're not seeing? What is it? It got to be something, bro.
What pisses me off the most about Jay Lethal, bro, and his situation, and a part of it is that I just think that it's really on Jay Lethal. I think Jay Lethal, one of those people, he don't play politics.
Gotta give him
he's a hard blue collar worker who's just like, yo, I'm just gonna prove my worth. I'm gonna bust my ass off. I'm gonna work harder than everybody else, and I'm not gonna say shit until they decide to give me my due. But man, you will. I'm going through this at my real job, bro, where I know for a fact I outwork fucking everybody.
Right.
Fucking everybody. And I'm not bullshitting, bro. And I'm at the fucking bottom of the fucking totem pole. And it's because, you know what I'm saying? You just do the work. You're not playing politics. Other motherfuckers playing politics. Jay Lethal got the same thing as me, bro. You're too nice of a guy. You got to fucking stick up for yourself at some point. Because motherfuckers will take your kindness for weakness and walk all over you.
Can I ask something about Jay Lethal? Do you think with the whole all right, we know that there's not like a team. Okay, we know in AEW there's not a team of writers. There's pretty much like I have an idea. Like somebody might pitch an idea to somebody, or the wrestler may say, "Yo, this is the story we want to go with. Hey Tony, what do you think?" Type situation, you know. Is either, hey, we could rock with that, or no, we're not rocking with that. That's from what I picked up information-wise. That's how the storyline thing goes. So most people kind of like just implementing story, not really like having people who are like, this is their job. You know what I'm saying? That we are not getting the most thorough stories that we can get from certain superstars because maybe they don't think as deeply or creatively as that writer would outside of being a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you're not just in WWE, like, oh man, why are they bringing these people from Hollywood or these other writers and stuff? They just bring people from the wrestling world. A reason because they think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? They implement certain things that the wrestling world may not get or may not really, you know what I'm saying, think too deeply in certain times. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about Vince Russo. The storylines we got from the Vince Russo era, man, we shit on him or not. We love the Attitude Era and the storylines, and he was a fucking TV guy. He was a magazine. He was, you know what I'm saying, bringing implements of shit that you figured from TV and movies, you know? So I say that to say is where, like, I feel like a lot of these wrestlers are not getting the best storylines presented to them or presenting the best storylines to really bring their character to that level that we really want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, what I'm seeing with Jay Lethal doing, this is some of the like the lamest shit I've ever seen him do. You know what I'm saying? Storyline wise.
In ring wise,
I know he's better than this.
He delivers always.
Time in that ring, always. But that was the thing about Jay Lethal we liked about him though. Like before we see Xavier Woods, like where I say like he's that great in-ring character, but he's a great in-ring, but he has the way to just kind of just take a character and it just feels natural with him. Like it's not forced. Like what he did and when he was first coming in ROH, you know what I'm saying? He was just a young pup coming up, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing, right? Go to Ring of Honor, you know what I'm saying? Machismo, whoop-de-whoop. He took that and took it to another level. You know what I'm saying? Came back to ROH, the Truth, shit him with Truth. You know what I'm saying? That whole Hill vibe, it just felt different. You know what I'm saying? Like what he's doing now is just, I don't know, man. Maybe it's because he got Sanjay with him or something, bro. Like, maybe it's the people he got around him that is just not.
Jarrett, I wasn't really a fan.
Jeff Jarrett, I'll probably say is a little positive.
It reminds me
Jeff Jarrett to Sanjay.
But they've been doing good work together. I ain't gonna
lie. Because it's Jeff Jarrett. Like Jeff Jarrett, he's, you know what I'm saying? Jeff Jarrett, Sanjay Dutt. Come on, like.
listening to Dax Harwood's podcast about him trying to pitch ideas to Tony and shit, sounds like there's no writers. Because I remember when Big Swole got fired, she was like, "We don't have no writers here." Like, I could definitely benefit from a writer as opposed to having to come up with my own stuff, because pretty much the way he described it was everybody comes up with their own stuff.
Thank you. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's very cliquish. So someone who, you know, if you ain't cool with someone with the experience.
Tony Schiavone was just talking about how he implemented an idea to somebody. I forgot which story it was, but he implemented an idea for stories. You know what I'm saying? If motherfuckers rock with it, they gon', you know what I'm saying? They gonna rock with it.
I feel like for as much as Tony Khan's a wrestling historian and whatnot, like I just feel like he wasn't on the Jay Lethal train. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he eventually signed him, but he was one of those people, like, he didn't get signed for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And for a long time, people were like, yo, Jay Lethal, because they just want to see him on on one of the big stages and whatnot, you know? But the work he was doing during that time that people were asking for him was some of his best work in Ring of Honor. And for like a historian like Tony, he counts everybody else's history, but it feels like Jay Lethal's just been like, you know, like disregarded or whatnot.
But hey, he's just been used to put other people over. He's putting over this big ass nigga. He's here to put over Darby Allin. He's here to put over this guy, that guy. Like,
there ain't, and I'm not one of those people. I'm not like someone should be pushed because of their race or ethnicity or whatever like that. But there is like a lack of
Jay Lethal has years of experience in this. It don't make, like he has some fucking game.
You know what I'm saying? And when he came in, I thought, oh man, here we go.
Look who his peers are. Right. Like,
and
look what his peers are. Look what his peers is doing compared to what he's doing right now. It's just not fair. It's not fair, bro. He came in with the Sevs, the Bryans, the Joes. You know what I'm saying? Well, right after. You know what I'm saying? He came in because his class is like Roddy. Like he came in like with Roddy,
Adam Cole, and
like around with he was a little bit before them, but it was like Jay Lethal. Then I think Roddy came around that time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking like circa like 2000.
Well, like
5, maybe 2004, 2005, give or take. He was in ROH for about maybe like 2-3 years, but I think before he went to TNA. But neither here nor there. He got a lot of scratch in the game, bro. Whereas like, I don't know, man.
You already said Keith Lee, and that's a great one, man. Keith Lee, Jay Lee, these two.
He deserves it.
And like in that world title picture type, and neither one is, and it's just a travesty.
And I ain't gonna lie, like Jay Lethal in 2023, I'm gonna be honest. I can't see him as world champion right now, but I could definitely see him as like TNT champion.
You definitely got to build him back up, bro, for sure. Yeah, he's taking too many.
But I think that moment, like where he was, like it's just like it gotta pass, bro. Like you say, you gotta strike with an iron. Like that moment where he was double champion. He when he was doing his thing in Ring of Honor, he couldn't win the WWE. You gotta think about it. It wasn't an AEW around when he was super hot like this. You know what I'm saying?
You had Jay Lethal though while he wrestled Ric Flair on his last match. This guy just wrestled arguably the greatest professional wrestler of all time in their final matchup. They chose this dude.
He got a lot of respect from niggas. Like
same thing with who was it? Was it Ricky the Dragon that also had Jay Lethal requested for his final matchup? Someone like
I think that was all in the same match, I believe.
No.
Dragon didn't show up. You're right.
It was Ricky the Dragon and FTR versus.
Was it? You might be. I forgot.
Jay Lethal and No, it was the Rock and Roll Express. No. It was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and FTR versus Jay Lethal, and I forgot the other two people. But
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's just so much great youth in this generation right now. Where I don't know, man. Jay Lethal, is he the guy where it's like he's gonna put butts in seats? We got to think about that, bro.
Right now, no one's really putting butts in seats too much in AEW because there's not enough storytelling. It's just exhibitions for the most part.
Well, they come for the people they love to see at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? They're coming for the Bryans. They're coming for the Moxes. They're coming for the Omegas, the Bucks, and you know what I'm saying, the MJFs and whoever, so on and so forth. But you're right, they're not coming for because I got to see this story play. But that's most people come for wrestling because they want to see the show or they want to see the people they want at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to have that draw.
Number 3, private party. Jesus Christ, bro. What the fuck?
Man, not after that nigga did that weird ass shit to my nigga Kenny Omega. I ain't gonna lie, I almost wanted to fight because like I thought he was trying to be funny.
That matchup. You talking about the triple?
Nah, but the segment before where he did that little in his ear and shit, like, nah, bro. I thought son was trying to be funny, bro. I thought you were trying to be funny with my nigga Kenny Omega on live TV, and I thought niggas were gonna have to smack him up. Like, don't play with my nigga Kenny, bro.
Son,
you already know how I give it up, bro.
That shit, bro. I forgot. I think my nephew used to do that to people. That shit was funny as fuck, but just irritating. Now I just feel bad for him because man, it's like damn, like they haven't had a significant win since that Young Bucks, and I feel like goddamn everybody's passed him up. It feel like that dude who been at the job for like 10 years, but everybody's fucking getting promoted before him. Like, what the fuck, dog?
I feel like injuries have really been messing them up, though. For real. Injuries and like not really being able to get their character work over.
Yeah, I don't know if they've been off so much that I don't know if they've been injured or
because Mark Quinn, I think when's the last time we seen him on TV?
I remember he'd been injured at one point, but didn't they just have a match with the Elite? I missed all of last week's wrestling stuff.
Well, yeah, it was Matt, Ethan Page, and Isaiah Cassidy versus the Elite. And I'm gonna keep it tall. I'm slandering Isaiah now, but he carried his team in that match. Real shit. He carried them niggas.
These next two gonna be real quick because I do gotta get going. And man, I appreciate you, bro. I gotta smoke my damn self. Oh damn, my nigga, you wrong. Backwood.
No. I'm just trying to. I don't feel like going downstairs to soak this Fonto leaf.
Huge ass backwood.
Yeah,
these next two, man. I just and I'm sorry, y'all, man. Y'all know who I am, man. Andre Roshi, dog. Kiera Hogan, bro. As soon as I saw those ass cheeks hanging out,
son.
Jiggling while she run the ropes and shit. I was like, yo, bro, they need her on TV every Dynamite, dog. Like, and I ain't
gonna lie, they missing out on a great character. Like Tasha, I think it was Tasha Styles, her name is from Impact. They were lit as tag team.
Sky Blue, Kiera Hogan, they both dressed in the blue.
Sky Blue
against she's the white Kiera Hogan, bruh. Booty butt cheeks. Yo, man. That Blue Decks episode way. Yo, man.
Yo, honorable mention, though. Honorable mention.
Move out the way. Sky Blue, Kiera Hogan got y'all beat with the ass cheeks. And that's the only reason Ty Miller was getting freaking. There was a time where she was on television every week, if not Rampage, then Dynamite. Every week you'd see Ty Mello more than probably any other female wrestler. And like after like 2-3 weeks, I was like, oh, all right, they putting her on because she showed the most ass. You know what I'm saying? And then she took on Britt Baker, and Britt Baker said, you only here because you show off your ass cheeks. And I was like, yo, that's the realest shit a motherfucker said.
She really be cooking them, yo.
That's the realest shit, bro. Ty Conti, like, yo, she's gotten better than when she was in NXT. But it ain't
drastic. She's always been good.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't drastic. She's a run of the mill, you know what I'm saying? She ain't nothing crazy. But she was on there, and a lot of the reason people tune in is because, dog, she have half her ass cheeks hanging out, bro. It just is what it is, bro. That was that Vince Russo Attitude Era, sex sells. That's what the casuals will tune in for. The people,
and she know that though. That's the thing. She knows that. So
Mandy knows it. She knows it. She got her OnlyFans. She knows what's up. Sky
random.
Kiera Hogan. I've seen them, and I'm just like, yo, they got way more body than Ty to the point. I'm like, yo, throw their ass on the and they wrestle better. Like off the perf shit. They both wrestle better than Ty Conti. As a matter of fact, bro, Jesus Christ, man.
Random honorable mention. I feel like possible push when he probably gets his promo game a little better. But Ethan Page, I always feel like that feud he had with Darby Allin.
Page on my list at first.
That feud he had with Darby Allin was fire, and it's just they done nothing with him after that. He could talk a little bit, but he kind of rambles sometimes, especially when the crowd kind of like not rocking with what he's saying. He starts to ramble a little bit. He has to learn how to keep that composure.
I'm not too high on his stuff with Matt Hardy right now, but
yeah, it's really mid. It's so mid, bro.
Sky, he really outshined Scorpio Sky. He turned Scorpio Sky into little Ethan Page, which was wild. You know what I'm saying?
I miss I need my boy Scorpio back, B. I mean, that's another nigga who could come back get a good push.
Man, AEW, they got to work on keeping momentum on people because year one, the two probably biggest prospects that year for baby faces was Adam Page and Scorpio Sky, bro.
Big fact.
They both had these crazy organic moments. Adam Page during Pac with the cowboy shit, and that just
we can still get Scorpio Sky versus Kenny Omega.
And Scorpio Sky, bro, when Jim Ross, I swear you would have thought Jim Ross had like a special investment in Scorpio Sky because he was praising Scorpio Sky over everybody year one, bro. Mm-hmm. I remember watching a matchup, and bro, I'm not as big of a Kenny Omega fan because I know you the ultimate Kenny Omega up over here, but Kenny Omega is definitely like just one of my top 10.
Their style it'll just make a.
But I remember watching the match and JR was talking. Scorpio Sky was wrestling Kenny Omega. It was like a tag match or whatever.
Yeah.
But they were talking like Jim Ross said some shit like Scorpio Sky, the best athlete in the entire match. I'm like, motherfucking Kenny Omega's in the match. You know what I'm saying? like, bro, but I'm like, Jim Ross was, but to the people at home watching,
Dre.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he said it. I'm telling you, gotta remember, bro. Jim Ross come from sports, bro. Like he come from football, like so, like he know a black athlete god when he see one, bro. Like
I remember Scorpio had that moment when he threw his shoe off in the crowd or some shit. His shoe flew into the crowd and the fans went fucking nuts, dog. Like he was really primed to be the first black world champion at AEW.
Imagine a dope feud between him and Samoa Joe, right? And he beats Samoa Joe, like you know what I'm saying? Like he is guys he can go with, bro. I just don't. Is he injured or something? Like where the nigga been, bro? He's been out for like a year.
I heard like he was like ready to go after like the last pay-per-view, but they didn't bring him out. He was even there at the pay-per-view and shit, but didn't.
Wow.
End up being used. So I'm like, I don't know what
they probably just don't know what to do with him right now, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what they're waiting on, but they definitely need to get.
I personally would bring him back as a babyface. Like Orange Cassidy's got it held down as one of their top baby faces. They're building Ricky Starks right now. Bryan Danielson is cleared as day as one of their big baby faces. Moxley, same.
Ricky Starks' momentum, though, man. Like his momentum after the MJF, it was the week after with Chris Jericho straight if they would have left it right there. But like the longer it drags him with the Jericho Appreciation Society,
I think he's got to get once he has this one-on-one, but they're gonna drag it to Revolution. So more than likely,
yeah, they gotta get him out of there because they're killing my boy right now, man.
Because personally, what else is it like? You might as well. I personally would drag it out to just have him get the one-on-one. And then you start going into other joints because you got to you know what I'm saying, go to the gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? Chris Jericho is like the John the Don DNA of AEW, bro. Like, if you want to have a real career, you got to go through these niggas.
Man, Chris Jericho's starting to suck the blood out of people. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he did great for Ricky Starks that first singles match, and the action in Andretti was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know what? Damn, you know what? I think you're right. I'm gonna stop what I was gonna say because as I start to list these matches, I'm like, that was good. Like, you know what? Hey, Chris Jericho.
Let it like us about the action and Andretti thing, kind of like say elongates the feud a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Cause you add another piece into it, but like I said, we got a little time. We got 2 weeks till Revolution, give or take, 2-3 weeks. Revolution is on my birthday, March 5th. It's about 3 weeks or so. Yeah, they got time.
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Oh, yeah, 2 weeks.
Damn, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I didn't really think it was 2 weeks. But no, man, like I said, I think they gotta start heightening some of these feuds. You know, Warlow's coming back, so you got Warlow and Joe more than likely gonna go down there.
Yeah, they gotta flesh that card out because it's only 2 weeks and there ain't nothing really announced except for MJF and Bryan Danielson Iron Man match.
Mm-hmm. Which I ain't gonna hold you is enough to sell the card for me. That's enough. Like after seeing MJF go crazy with my boy Takashita, like I can see him having a really good one with Danielson.
1 hour Bryan Danielson, yeah, that's gonna be a banger, bro. That 100%. But
if this is a match of the year caliber match, bro, this is gonna say a lot about MJF.
Man, when people got an hour to work with, I feel like it's a little unfair sometimes. It doesn't necessarily always equate to a match of the year type thing.
You gotta be good though. You gotta be creative. You gotta keep the people intrigued.
Good opportunity to give yourself that chance. You know what I'm saying?
You think if motherfucking Crash Holly and fucking X-Pac had an hour that they will have a banger? Maybe. I had to think about that as I said it. I don't know about Crash Holly, but X-Pac could probably go.
Rest in peace to Crash Holly, man. Damn.
Rest in peace to Crash Holly.
So fucking entertaining.
But still don't know what I'm saying though. Like some niggas that just creatively probably can't go an hour like how certain niggas can, bro. Think about Brett and HBK, the mentality, the expertise and like ring awareness, all that stuff that they have can make sure that they can be able to keep you intrigued for an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're running a risk with that too, man. Dax Harwood, he said on his podcast, he said that his worst match was against Adam Page and Kenny Omega, the tag match. He said because they wrestled 30 minutes, and he's like, man, I don't know how Kenny Omega does it. He's like, after 30 minutes, after the match was over, not only were we tired, but Cash couldn't even see. He was blind temporarily just from like the oxygen. You know what I'm saying? Like the altitude they were at.
Hey man, but that's the thing though. Certain guys have that endurance, bro. Like that's why I always commend Kenny Omega, where it's like he takes it up a notch, where it's like he like you got certain wrestlers who train like a wrestler, and you got certain wrestlers who train like a sports star. You know what I'm saying? Like they're in the NBA or the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just listening to Cody talk about how he tore his pec, bro. Like the nigga was just trying to lift way more than he should have been lifting. But just the fact that you have that passion to just get even stronger and such like that, you know what I'm saying? Is things that I love. You know what I'm saying? Like I always commend things like that.
He literally had surgery on. That guy had. Surgery.
Yeah, you got to go listen. I think he talked about it on the it was either on the Impulsive joint or with the MMA hour. But the way he describes, I think it was it was the Impulsive joint. But the way he took that story, bro, is fucking hilarious, dog.
Kenny had so much shit that he was working on and came back and went into a best of 7 series in a fucking 45-minute Wrestle Kingdom matchup where they tried to kill each other, literally.
This nigga really is the Terminator. Like when he came out as the Terminator, bro, he really is that, bro. Like he really is that.
Bro. That guy has no breaks, bro. Like, he don't know.
And niggas telling me
you don't know how better. No way.
Niggas telling me he not better than Bret Hart. Bret Hart wish he could do something like that. You wish Bret Hart could do something like that.
Hold up, bro. We're gonna end this stream.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up?
I do.
What's up? I'm on that type of time.
I didn't appreciate that last comment though.
I'm on that type of time. You wish Bret Hart could do something like that.
Kenny Omega, you should write an apology letter to Bret Hart for your fans, sir.
He's an Owen fan anyway.
I said you top 10 right now, Kenny. I just said you top 10 right now. Maybe even top 5. Who knows? Top 3. But
he ain't number 2.
The excellence of execution? The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. The man married, the man invited to the cookout.
Is he? Don't be bringing no poutine to my cookout.
Brett got a back cookout, even if you stay inside the house because you don't like the smell of the smoke. Yo,
I don't know what's going on about all that smoke in there, man.
All right, I do.
Oh man,
I greatly appreciate you, bro. Can you
already know, bro.
Can you plug your channels where people can find you at before we get up?
Yo, you already know. Follow me at Ari Starks on all social media. Go on Get Your Bars Off Network. Go stream episode 4 of our podcast, Get Your Bars Off podcast, out right now on all streaming platforms. You already know, man. Go follow my man Loso at _marketable1 on Twitter, King Cap _1 or King _Cap. One of those two on Twitter. You already know. Follow the team. You know, say Get Your Bars Off podcast, Get Your Bars Off network. It's always love when I come up here with my brothers, man. Thank you for this invite.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of 5-Star Pod Splash. Greatly appreciate Ari Starks Get Your Bars Off podcast coming up over here, man. This dude done changed my opinion twice this episode. That hardly ever happens. We usually be up in the chats going back and forth and no one ever folds. But man, he folded me twice today, dog. I ain't smoke. I ain't have my faculties all together. But man, y'all make sure to follow the Twitch channel and the YouTube channel right there at the bottom of the screen. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, take care. We out.